Mavrika, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Taíno. I'm your host, Priscilla Colon, co-founder and creative here at Taíno, where our mission is to promote the Taíno language and culture. So I'm doing this video today because I've gotten a lot of questions about Taíno pronunciation. If you're joining us and you're already seeing, Let's Talk Taíno 31, 32, 33, that means that you may have missed some of our earlier videos. So I want to recap some of the pronunciation rules and also just let you know you can always go back to Let's Talk Taíno 2, where we talk about the Taíno alphabet and go over the pronunciation of every single letter. Today, I want to review some of that, but also give you some really cool tips that we're doing in our own community to practice pronunciation and just got better at pronouncing Taíno words. So let's get started. So first off, the alphabet and pronunciation guide that I'm using comes from the Primario Básico del Taíno Boriquenaiki. I find that this is helpful because it's a very simplified alphabet, and I'll show you why. So the vowels are the same as in English and Spanish, but they have one sound each. These vowels sound more like the Spanish vowels. So the A sounds like A. E sounds like E. The I sounds like I. The O sounds like O. And the U sounds like U. So let's do these together. A, E, I, O, U. If you notice the shape of my mouth at each of these, I was exaggerating so that you can copy it. So I'll do it one more time. A, E. You see? I'm smiling. E. I. I'm almost like grimacing. I. O. Notice the shape of my mouth is like an O. And oo, almost like I'm cooing. So practice that aloud a few times and you'll get the hang of it. A, E, I, O, U. Another cool thing about the Taíno Boriquenaiki alphabet is that the consonants have been pared down. There's only one consonant that creates a specific sound. So you don't have to be confused whether the K sound comes from a K, a C, or a Q. In this alphabet, there's only one letter, K, that makes the K sound. The same thing goes for the letter S. S is the only letter that makes the S sound. So you're not going to see a C in the alphabet. Something that may be confusing to English speakers is that the J makes the H sound. There is no H in this alphabet. But if you think about it, you already use that H sound with a J when you say the name Jose. There are some letters, like the letter X, that has two different sounds. Another question that I get from the community is how to pronounce the R in the Taíno alphabet. So the Taíno R is somewhere between where your whole tongue is curled in English, and R, which is like really harsh. It's in between, a little softer. So I'll give you a couple of examples. Ro, to love. Ara, people. Para, rain. Koturo, green. Areito, ceremonial dance. Arepa, corn cake. I would suggest you place your tongue at the roof of your mouth, not curled all the way back, just touching the tip at the roof of your mouth. Curl it slightly and then blow air through it. Don't let the tongue bounce back and forth like the Spanish r. It's more like r. To hear an entire paragraph in Taíno, you can go to omniglot.com and listen to Javier Hernandez read the Declaration of Human Rights in Taíno, and then you can hear which letters maybe you're having a little bit of trouble with and try to imitate his sounds. Another question that I get is, why do we use accents in Taíno? So in Taíno, accents are used to show where to emphasize a word, such as toca. You know that you have to emphasize the ka, so it's toca, not toca. In the word BB, you know you have to emphasize the second B, so it's BB. In the word Taíno, you know you have to emphasize the I in the middle of the word. So it is Taíno. For example, in the sentence, Dakto ka bibi Taíno. Taíno does have some letter combinations that are difficult, I won't lie. One of these are diphthongs. So diphthongs are sets of multiple vowels that create one syllable. So you can see that in the word tai gui, you have many vowels together. The same thing is true for guai tiao. Those are a lot of vowels together that make each of those syllables. Another thing that may be difficult for new learners of Taíno are the consonant digraphs. Consonant digraphs are a combination of multiple consonants put together that again form one sound. So you may hear it in br and pr and sl, but I have some tips for you. My first tip comes from one of our community members, Sammy, who showed us how to do this in our community chat. So the tip is work backwards when trying to memorize the new syllables. It's kind of a little weird because you usually work forward, right? But this kind of works. So this is what you do. You take a word such as hequeti, which means one, and you cover all of the syllables except for the last two letters that make the last syllable. So you would start with ti, and you would say that over and over again until you feel comfortable. So you would say ti, ti, ti. Then you uncover the next syllable and put that together with the last one and say it again and again. Que ti, que ti, que ti. Then you uncover the rest of the word and you put it all together. Hequeti, hequeti. So let's take a look at one of the difficult words with a lot of diphthongs, guaitiao. So we would start with ow, ow. Then tiao, tiao, tiao. Then aitiao, aitiao, aitiao. And at the end, guaitiao, guaitiao, guaitiao. And don't worry, if you mess up along the way, you can always start again. Now let's take a look at the last difficult letter combination of the consonant digraph. So we would start with re, re, and then move on to bre, bre, and then cobre, cobre. You see how that works? Try it out and let me know if it works for you. And my last pronunciation tip, I actually find a lot of fun. It's to record yourself. So you can do that on your phone, which is handy all the time. You can do it on your laptop. And you can also send it to group members, if you're in a Taíno study group, to review and get their feedback. The best thing is to listen to it, and if you hear anything that's a little off, try it again. You want to engage all of your senses. So those are my pronunciation tips for today. I hope that you can get a lot out of them and put them to good use. Remember, if you need any feedback, if you want to practice pronunciation, you can join our sister group, Taíno Corner, where we are always sending audio files to each other and practicing together. That really is the best way to continue working on your Taíno. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm always posting new resources so that we can continue reclaiming Taíno. I know together we can do that. Also, don't forget to check out our kids book. They're a great way to teach the new generations Taíno. If you prefer getting your lessons in Spanish, check out our series, Let's Talk Taíno en Español. Now there is no excuse. Abuelito and abuelita can tune in and learn Taíno too. In the meantime, dai karaya guaitiao nagu.